Sky armors. These are X300P models. That's unbelievable. They're the most recent models produced by MRC. They have double the horsepower of the previous model and use less fuel at the same time. This is the biggest generational jump between models since the P100 series. Hey Glenn, stop being such a nerd. Look how smoothly their joints twist before changing directions. It's beautiful. Hey, Glenn, calm down. Your passion does you credit. Ah? Look over there. They are mobilizing for war. How horrible. Lord Gustav Reimeyer is allied with Taran. We should steer a wide berth around this village. Reimeyer? I have heard this name only recently. Lord Gustav is Rob's father. He is the son of an earl? That explains a lot. Do not speak ill of him. He has gone through much. Sorry, you seem to know him well. During the war, Lord Gustav rebelled against my father, but he was quickly put in his place. Rob was taken as a ward to the royal castle. There he grew up with me. A life as a hostage. He was the son of an earl, but was not treated any better than a court maid. That must have been very painful for him. I'm sorry, I didn't know. You are awfully often sorry for something, don't be. I'm sorry. I mean, okay. Anyway, let's move on. Kind of weird for her to say that to Glenn. Usually it's like the other way around. When it's like a soldier, princess type deal. Avoiding all these monsters is taking us a long time. True, but we stand no chance against most of them in battle. I'm sorry for not being much help. What are you talking about? Without you, I would have never dared to cross these mountains. Glenn, are you alright? Let's set up camp. The sun is setting anyway. Yeah, Len is really awesome so far. I really like her character a lot. She doesn't just, like, blindly trust people or blindly, like, be a princess. She sees people for who they really are, like Rob, and she threw away her princess title to help people, but then also, like, still has her allegiances to her country. Like, she's a very colorful character. Say, I know it's none of my business, but what do you plan to do about your brother? Oh, yeah, and she stood up to the general and stuff, too. Matthias seems to have confirmed that Prince Frederick ordered the murder of Lady Parnella. Matthias is a liar. I do not believe a word he says. Don't get me wrong, Glenn. I'm not some naive girl who, despite all the evidence, thinks her brother is innocent. I know him better than any other person in the world, and I know exactly what he is capable of. But it's not little, and it's not little. But that does not mean that he gave the order in this case, nor does this mean that I can prevent a war by talking to him. She is so smart. Like, what a crazy cool character she is. Like, most characters, the stereotypical way this goes is the princess can't admit that her brother's evil, and so we go on this whole journey to get to her brother just to find out, wow, her brother's evil. Who could have guessed, right? But here it's like she trusts her brother, and she also isn't going to listen to a guy that obviously is evil. But at the same time, she's taking in the information and being like, you know, that's not a 0% chance. And also, there could be someone behind her brother that's causing this, you know. Which is, I don't even know if I would have made that leap, you know, right away. That maybe someone is controlling her brother, and that's like where all this is coming from. And she's right that she knows him better than anyone, so she should trust her own thought process and not just because the general was like, oh, it was your brother. Like everyone else is. I need to see the bigger picture with my own eyes and not betray my brother based on the statement of someone who tried to murder me. You're right. Who else should you trust but your own family? To see the bigger picture, that was also the reason why I fled the castle. You can't understand what it's like to watch the world only on the horizon while you sit idly in the bay window of a tower. You don't know what it's like to be locked up behind walls all your life. Actually, I know that only all too well. You do? The city where I came from was a huge prison. It was a giant pit in the ground, some rotten buildings built in mud with high walls around them. The guards opened the gates, threw the prisoners inside, and closed the gates behind them. They did not care what happened inside. The law of the strongest ruled in there, and if you were strong, hardworking, and had a lot of luck, you were sold as a slave and could leave the city. Are you talking perchance about Golgotha? Yes, I was born behind the walls, the son of a prisoner. You said you could see the world only on the horizon? I couldn't even do this. I didn't even know what the horizon looked like. People talked about it, but I could not imagine it. Surrounded by walls, all I knew was the sky above me and the mud beneath my feet. You are a survivor from Golgotha? I did not know that. I'm sorry, how foolish of me. You couldn't have known. After the Jedar exodus, I was freed and joined the band of the Iron Bull. Being in prison for such a large portion of my life is probably the reason why I enjoy flying sky armor so much. I told you this would be better for the story. Up there I feel free. I can look beyond every mountain, beyond every wall, but now the troop is no more. When I reach Taran, I will see to it that you are generously rewarded. You could use this as capital to start over. That is Kylian's most sincere wish, but if I were to choose, then... Tell me. Back during the battle in Wernshire, I was in the center of the explosion that engulfed it. Wait, you were in the middle of it? How did you survive? I don't know. The explosion pulverized buildings, killed people, vaporized water, and melted skin. But both Kylian and I, we didn't have the slightest scratch. The cause of the explosion was... It looked like a grimoire, not the magic tomes, mind you, but these crystal stones they put into the book's cover. It was bigger than the usual stone, and the refracted light shone in the colors of a rainbow. A grimoire, are you sure? I don't know of any with such power. But some ruler on Volandis seems to know it only too well, and Kylian and I are searching for information. We want to know what this is all about. That's why you sneaked into the palace? And that's why we're traveling to Tormund and trying to help you. We would like to ask your brother to share all this information about the grimoire with us. You speak of a weapon so powerful that it can end war on its own. I doubt that my brother will share information if he actually possesses any. But I will ask him, I promise you. Thank you, Len. This explosion is still haunting me. Finding information on what happened that day is my way of dealing with it. I will do my best to help you. Sorry. Stop being sorry. Yes, let's sleep then. The more we talk about this topic, the harder it will be for me to find a good sleep. So be it. Good night, Glenn. Good night, Len. What a cool scene. Yo, thank you, Austin. Welcome. You there, wake up. Huh? Soldiers? Do we look like soldiers to you? What do you want? Do you know where you are? This is a holy place. You have no business here. Ah, my head. Dang it, watch out. It hurts. Sorry, we did not know where we were. It was not on purpose. These are sacred woods. Anyone who enters this forest is sentenced to death. Why are you here, then? Hold still, or I won't be able to bandage you. We have a state of emergency. Our village, Welland, was attacked by a beast. We wounded it badly, but the beast fled. We are chasing it before it can recover. A beast? Looks like a mix of a bear and a wild boar. Has bright red eyes and is huge. For the wounds we inflicted on it, 3 men had to pay with their lives and 5 others were seriously injured. Sreda, we should not stay here any longer. We are all exhausted. A short break is necessary. The beast will not get far anyway. Can you forgive us for trespassing in this state of emergency? You are armed and look like you can handle your weapons. We'll rest for a moment and then you'll follow us. You want us to help you take down the beast? Don't worry, it can hardly defend itself anymore. Don't help them, Glenn. You could put yourself in danger. Who are you? What do you want from me? Let us help. We have a different objective. Have you forgotten? I know, but haven't you heard? Bright red eyes, just like the demon at the banquet? Maybe there is a connection? Besides, we have no choice anyway, or should we be hanged for entering this forest? Of course not. Alright, get ready while we're still resting. Sorry, door. Are we going this way? Huh? A fairy? Stop kidding, this is no fairy tale. I think that was a fairy. It almost feels like it's showing us the way. But where to? What if I go the wrong way? This is kind of spooky. Don't go any further. Ah! What is going on, Glenn? It hurts so much, this voice inside my head. Glenn, what are you talking about? It's here. Have you seen something? She's dead. I cannot really see anything. Focus, Glenn, it's a trap. Glenn, dodge! This is Shredda's red-eyed beast. How did you know it was coming? Intuition, I guess. Do you hear their laughter? These forest spirits or whatever they are have set us up. Maybe we can defeat it. Look at its injuries. We have no other choice. There is no turning back anymore. Certain items and skills can apply the following status effects: heavy, dry, oil, or wet. If an enemy or party member is hit with an elemental attack. Yeah, we know that already. Heavy, earth, dry, water, oil, fire, wet, wind. Forgotten boar. Maybe I should have waited until I was in overdrive, but I wanted to give him his debuffs. Boom! Crazy damage. The armor break mixed with the oil fire. See you later. Should I armor break him again? How's it going, context? Missed my chance. Killed him anyways, though. Yeah, pretty much all the bosses so far have been dragons. I don't hear their laughter anymore. The forest spirits lured us toward this monster, but why? Glenn, you do not look well. The color has left your cheeks. You should have listened to me. The beast you defeated just now and the demon that attacked the banquet were both born from the planet. Born from Eldria, and they share one common goal. It is to hunt you down and kill you. Do you understand, Glenn? The world wants to see you dead. That's terrifying. Glenn! Whose fate do you wish to follow? Okay, cool. We do get to do the other ones. I feel like this is a really great way to, like, give us more context for all the characters. I like this because, you know, sometimes games have a hard time focusing on individual characters once they all get together. Like, Final Fantasy has this issue a lot where once the characters all come together, it's kind of just the main characters and the other ones kind of fade into the background. And so this is a cool way to, like, learn more about the characters individually without having to just, you know, I think if this were Final Fantasy, what would probably happen is all of the characters would kind of just fade into the background and just have kind of like regular dialogue, and then eventually we would get to like Sienna's hometown, and then she would have like her part, and then we'd get to Glenn's hometown, he would have his part, and et cetera, you know. But this is a cool way to like early on give us a lot more context for these characters and give them more, because we really didn't learn a lot about some of them. They kind of just got thrown in. We didn't learn a ton about Victor. We didn't learn a ton about Sienna yet. Yeah, then you just have masterpieces like Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy IX that do something similar to this so you can learn more about the characters. Cursed mission. It's not worth the money. If they survive, they'll make it without my help. I'm out of here. No signs of them, not even their bodies. Isn't this split parts a reference? I wouldn't say it's a reference, but again, a lot of the mechanics of this game are influenced by Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, etc. But in order for it to be a reference, I would say, well, wait, how does the split happen in 6? The first one? I know the second big split, but isn't there a first big split that happens? Are we just talking about Kefka? Well then yeah, that's not what happened here. It would have to like be very similar to the way it happened in 6 for it to be a reference. This is more of just something some RPGs do. But they may have gotten the idea from 6. Oh, the Ultros part, yeah. Yeah, not really the same. I mean, they fell off a bridge. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's the same. It's easy to call everything in this game a reference because they really take a lot of influence, but like, in order for it to be a reference, it really has to be similar, or something has to be obvious, like they're calling back or something, not just a general mechanic, you know? Maybe they already escaped. Not that it matters. Once their wanted posters are up, it won't take a week until they hang from the gallows. Don't they need eyewitnesses for the mugshots? We were both standing closest to them, but do you really remember what they all looked like? I don't. Now that you mention it, not really. That could be a problem. For a moment, I thought this could be troublesome, but it looks like the matter has settled itself. I only remember that the woman in the back had red hair. What? She carried a sword of the Suna and wore a red dress, right? True, also her eyes were green and she had a birthmark under her left eye. If I had to guess, I would say that she was 1.8 inch tall and weighed about 55 kilograms. No wonder they don't remember what the others looked like. They were only staring at me. So at least this one mugshot should work. Exactly. Soon she'll find herself in jail, and there's no way to escape that fate. That's right. She would have to do a truly heroic deed to be pardoned. Yes, something like finding the real Princess Celestia, and bringing her safely to her brother in Tormund. Yes, dang it, I get it. I'll help the princess. What was that? Maybe I could catch her at the White Rose Inn that Sir Victor talked about. I could still escort them through the Fior Woods. I believe there is a town east of here. There might be a way to cross the canyon. I love the meta humor in Sienna's story. Pretty great. Yeah, I feel that, Gunducky, but like it's just I don't know. It's just kind of human nature to compare things. But I do think it's important to break stuff down every once in a while. Like, I'm not going to jump on every single person in the chat that's like, this looks like that, or this feels like that, or this. But it is important sometimes to, like, stop and be like, it's not a reference. It's just influenced by. And it's not... you know, it doesn't go deeper than that. I think one thing that a lot of people really got tired of, not just on Twitch but everywhere, was everyone's, like, the whole Dark Souls thing is still memed about today, where, you know, for like 3 years every game was compared to Dark Souls. Even in like official reviews and stuff, everything was just compared to Dark Souls, and everyone got really fed up with it. But it's kind of just human nature to like compare things, and it makes it easier to like grasp, easier to understand points if you compare things. But I agree, there's a bit too much comparison sometimes and not enough just appreciating stuff for what it is. You know, this game was made by one guy, and he grew up playing the same games that we played, but it's very obvious that he wanted to make his own thing. So to call everything in this game a reference is like not doing justice to his original vision. You know what I mean? If he was just trying to make Chrono Trigger 2, then it would be very obvious. And I've played a lot of games from, like, on Steam and stuff, a lot of indie games that take way too much inspiration from certain games and just feel like they're doing that game again. And so it is important to stop and give credit to this and say this is its own thing, 100%. Almost every mechanic, you know, this looks like the license board, works nothing like the license board. The combat looks similar to Chrono Trigger, works nothing like Chrono Trigger. Has its own completely unique mechanic with the overdrive bar. You know, this character split up part looks like the split up part from 6, but it's completely its own thing. The mechs look like the mechs from Chrono Trigger, or not Chrono Trigger, Xenogears, but they work completely differently. You know what I mean? So you really do have to give it credit. It does take inspiration from a lot of things, but I do not think it copies a single one. At least so far. I don't feel like anything has been copied. I don't think anything has been, well, I didn't have an idea for this, so let's just copy this game that I played when I was a kid. Like, this is all very well inspired, but also unique to itself, right? And it deserves credit for that. I found a rock, but it wasn't a rock. Yeah, and for sure, it's all been super transformative, in my opinion. Yo, what did I just find? Can I steal his class emblem? Oh my god, I can. I just stole his class emblem. Because, like, why not? I'm only Sienna. Might as well steal it, right? What does this do? Poison immunity. It's kind of nice. Crit. For sure, big crit. Two dinosaurs? And it's just me? Ow. We got a code red. I didn't have to fight anything as Len and Glenn. Except the boss. I feel like maybe I was supposed to, like, run around this. Well. Dude, there's no way I win this. I can't do any meaningful damage. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm supposed to just run from this. Ow. Ow. That ain't it, brother. Amulet Master, Silence Hit, Dark Resistance. TP, ooh, TP up. We sneak. What is that giant chest? What's the hustle and bustle in Rock Bottom? A year ago, a bandit group took over the leadership here. They've been causing a lot of trouble ever since. Wait, is this SpongeBob Rock Bottom? Seems like they also have problems with Tarnian soldiers. What are they doing here anyway? Currently, they're everywhere in Kotara. They even closed the main route. Is there a new war in the making? All I know is that we should steer clear of the soldiers. They'll only confiscate our goods. Unfortunately, the only way north is through the village here, so we have to wait until the situation calms down. Alright, let's set up our tents then. Unfortunately, I don't have a time to take a break like you, my dears. I have to get through there somehow. Huh? Oh joy, how did they get here so quickly? So I need to get past some bandits, Tarnian soldiers, as well as the Black Sun gang. Easy game. You can do it, Sienna. You know, you're not really dressed for covert ops here, Sienna. Welcome to rock bottom is what I would say if we didn't hate strangers. Okay. They should talk like the rock bottom people in SpongeBob. They go pfft after everything. Welcome to rock bottom. Don't you have anything better to do than to barge into people's houses? At least make yourself useful and bring this lunchbox to my husband in the mines. He forgot it this morning. Wow, you're listening to me? Not only rude, but stupid as well. Now off you go. Joke's on you. I actually don't have anything else to do other than barge into people's houses. So... Wait, you can't... Oh, you're bringing Burns' lunchbox? Then be done with it. Birds at the entrance to the Rigrand mines. Rigrand. Ooh. What in the... I can't understand your accent. When I'm done with work, I'll have a nice cup of after-work cocoa. How relatable. Not tourists. Nothing to see here in Rock Bottom. Ooh. I actually need to, do that. And then... Oh, I can't fit. Oh, wait, I can. Can I upgrade this? Ooh! Big. I need a long feather. Nothing hits like that after work cocoa. What is that? Well, 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 the infamous Black Sun Gang. To what do we owe the honor? I hope you're not trying to compete for our sources of income. If you do, then no less infamous trophies will soon adorn my walls. Wahaha! Look at that frog soldier. Is he threatening us, brothers? I would advise you to put down your weapons. You don't want to mess with Volandis' most notorious band of thieves. Oh, I missed that text. We're not here on business, Norgaunt. We're in pursuit of a woman. She is probably crossing Cortara towards Torment. What could a person possibly have done to make you chase them through this godless place? She has meddled in our business too often. Meddle, meddle. She has red hair and wears equally red clothes. She is quite good-looking for a human. Have you seen her? Good-looking ladies abound here, but I can't offer you a red-haired one. Wahaha. If she shows up, let us know. You ask a favor of me. First, we should get to know each other. Come, take a place at my table. Soldiers are running around my town, and I should take the stairs and get out of here. Look at that. The whole place is crawling with bandits and crooks. Where illegal money flows, a famous doppelsoldner like you is not far away, right? How about you help me out? Do you know who we are? You're Bathraz, aren't you? He is well known among mercenaries, a Lisvan who speaks of himself in the plural and wears metal protheses for arms and legs, which he moves by magic. There are rumors that he received this skill in return for the pact. Since then, as part of the curse, he can summon magical weapons in battle and bend metal to his will. Then surely you know our price. Let's see. Is that enough? Whatever you want us to do, for this money we won't even put down this drink. Come back when you actually have something to pay with. Interesting. Yeah, he sounds pretty cool. He reminds me of a character in The Rook, a book that I read that I enjoy. This girl had the power to, like, bend metal. Like, not just bend metal, but, like, she could hold, like, a metal piece of metal in her purse and then just pull it out and turn it into whatever she needed. Only the nicest people live in Rock Bottom. That's what they told me before I moved here. Now I wish they'd all drop dead. Kind of love this village. That you are. You are indeed. I can't lie. I can't argue with that. That is what he's doing. What do you want? Wait a second. Do you want a room? Welcome to Rock Bottom Inn. How may I help you? No room, huh? Get out of here now. Did you know that Rock Bottom is the oldest city in Volandis? Yes, even older than Nysa. Before Volandis was known for its school of magic, people only came here for the land's minerals. These environments are so nice to look at. Like, every room and every, like, section has so much unique stuff that I just love looking at. I said it before, but the environments in this game are just insanely well detailed. Which is not common for an RPG Maker style game or a game made by one person. Like, if I had to list, you know, what are the good things about indie games that are made by, like, a single person? Well, usually they're, like, really personal. You know, they tell stories that other games aren't willing to tell. They might have, like, really unique mechanics that other games might not be willing to bet on, but they're willing to bet on it. What are some of the bad things about a game only made by one person? Well, they don't have a huge team to, like, really, you know, insert a lot of detail into stuff. Usually stuff is more, like, simple. Usually stuff is kind of copy and pasted more for the sake of, you know, time. But, like, you just do not get that from... You do not get that vibe from this game at all. I think I said last week, this game feels like it could have been made by the Sea of Stars team. Like, it feels like it could have been made by a bigger team. Not to mention, like, how well made it is. I've yet to run into a single issue with anything. Menus, bugs, glitches, typos. Like, it's so polished. It's crazy. There's a hole in the floor. Do I jump down? Well, yes, of course. Holy crap. So this is Norgan's treasury. Let's stock up a bit. These coins should be enough. I can't carry anymore. But I cannot say no to this fancy amulet. And we're done. Let's see. Is that enough? Looks good. What do you want us to do? I just want to cross Cortara. Help me get out of the city and reach the Fjordwoods. Bodyguard it is, huh? Alright, we'll help you in the fight against monsters. But we won't touch the soldiers. We don't want to ruin our reputation. His weapon is a ruby amulet. Oh, he has a lot of shards I gotta catch up on. Inflicts heavy for 1 turn. He does light and dark damage. Metal dagger. What are his stats like? Ton of TP. Oh, he's a big magic caster. He's all about that magic. Which makes me wonder why Metal Dagger is one of his attacks. It does do 2.2 times damage, though. Alright, so let's give him magic. And tech points. And health points. And magic up. Ooh, I could level this up. Now where are we going? I feel like I should go back this way. Let's go 11. Dude, still peeing. Must have had a lot to drink. How did I miss that before? We're not getting past here. If only we could disguise ourselves. You haven't seen a clothing store, have you? Maybe I do want to go all the way down. Unless... Aha. He's sleeping. Just a moment. How did you do that? You don't see a Lisbon who wields magic often. Oh, so the rumors are true. You made the pact and received the curse. Spare us the gossip, or do you want our price to go up? Let's use the armor to get past the soldier at the exit. Someone here is very sensitive. I hate wearing armor. Reminds me of the old days. Ooh, interesting. Anyway, it worked. Let's move on. Time to fight some dinosaurs. Now that I got my boy. Oh. It's the mark of a good RPG. Is, a second playthrough being, you know, better for understanding stuff. Some of my favorite games of all time are games that you get so much out of it your second playthrough, you know? I mean, Final Fantasy VII is probably the greatest example of that, but there's many others. BioShock, all the BioShocks. Part of the big reason I love BioShock so much. You just get so much out of that second playthrough, and all these little hints and stuff, and little details they put in specifically for people that care about playing the game more than once and really understanding everything. Something about that I just love. Part of the reason why I got into like Easter egg hunting and stuff too is because like those little details that developers put in for people that only the people that will care about them is just so fascinating to me. Oh my god, I'm fighting a bird with a hat. What's his name? Mountain BB. Is that similar to BB? Now that's a reference, maybe. Okay, so... what's heavy for again? Earth, I believe? Which I don't have any, so... yeah, for sure. Okay, so what do his weapon... I have 1 times weapon summoned. But what do I do with that? Not sure what the weapons do yet. Maybe he gets abilities later. Or maybe his ultra move uses the weapons. Oh. One of the best examples of writing ahead of time is probably Harry Potter. Whether or not you're a fan of Harry Potter or not. Watching the earlier Harry Potter movies or reading the earlier books after watching the whole series is so crazy. Like some of the stuff she wrote. I mean, she said that she wrote it all at once. Like you can really tell when you're watching like the first movie and something happens and you're like, that thing doesn't actually mean anything until like the 5th book when they bring this back up. It's like crazy. Ooh, look at that view. What doesn't sound right? That she wrote the whole thing at once? Well, I don't, like, she didn't literally write the whole thing at one time. That would be impossible. But, like, she had it all planned out from the beginning. She wrote, like, the general synopsis, I believe. I don't know. That's just what I don't know. But look up an interview. But it's pretty obvious when you watch it that, like, most of everything was planned out from the beginning because you see all these little details everywhere. But yeah, it would be impossible. I mean, the books are freaking 1,000 pages long. There's no way. Could you imagine writing like 8 books that are all 600 plus pages and then only releasing them one at a time? Like, no. That's impossible. I mean, I even remember back when I was in school, I was reading them as they were coming out, and I remember like waiting for her to, well, I was waiting for her to finish the next book, but I guess it could have also been her just releasing the next book, but no. Yeah, no, I don't think she wrote it, but yeah, she had like the whole thing figured out from the beginning, which is really impressive. And it makes for good storytelling. I mean, like I said, regardless of whether or not you're a fan of Harry Potter or not, it makes for good storytelling when you plan everything out so you can leave all these little details and leave little breadcrumbs that get picked up later. It just makes for a more engaging story than if you're just going from event to event, you know? I mean, like I said, Final Fantasy VII, great example. BioShock, great example. Now, something like BioShock is a much more shorter story to where that's not as big of a big of an effect on it, but it's still done well. Yeah, the Harry Potter books, pretty much every book gets longer and longer. And I read, when I was a kid, I read all the way up to 5, I think. Or 4. But Goblet of Fire's 4, right? I think I read all the way through 4. But from what I've heard, none of them are really, like, long just for the sake of being long. Except, people say that the Half-Blood Prince or whatever, the last one, they say like the first part is just them wandering around for like 400 pages. And like I never read that one, but the first movie is like really, it's not bad, but they just like walk around for half the movie, and you're like, okay, I can see where this was a problem in the book. But other than that, I don't think people have a problem with the length of the books. Fellowship of the Ring, yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard, is that the last one drags on. But maybe it was intentional. I mean, it was like the finale of this massive series. It deserves a little bit of a build-up. The 5th one was boring. I don't think I ever even started the 5th one. I read the 4th one and I was like, yeah, I'm good. But I enjoyed the 4th one. I enjoyed Goblet of Fire. The tournament was cool. But yeah, I was just kind of done reading super massive long books at that point. So you're the woman they call Sienna. Oh, great. And Bethraz is here as well. How did you pay him? With the gold from our treasury, I guess. Wahaha. Almost slipped away. You have something that belongs to me. Norgan. Just give me the amulet and the money, and I'll let you live. Does he have an iron nose? I'll even refrain from handing you over to the Black Sun Gang. Ain't I nice? Bethesda stinks. Grab my belongings, Langry. Or Largry. For a second I thought it said, Bethesda stinks. It's like, whoa. That's not all of it. Where's the amulet? Can't I keep it? If it's a lady, much better. Sure you can, if you join my girls, that is. Tempting, but I think I'll have to decline. As expected, Largry, be done with it. Ah! My hand! Sorry, my reflexes. Just you wait, Osric. Gutter! Step aside, Largry. Let a professional deal with them. Shut up, you stupid pudding. So you wield a sword of the Suna as well, a rare sight. They say these swords have a will of their own. Can you hear them calling out to each other? Oh, now that you mention it, I can hear my sword calling out for some jello. Tss. The pudding is weak against fire. So what's your ultimate move? Deals high non-elemental damage to one enemy. Doesn't seem to use the weapons. Check it out. Whoa! That was the thing. No! That bleed is doing crazy damage. Dang. This dude does not screw around. Just got to sit here and snack. I can't survive his attack. That's better. Let's go Blackheart. This heal isn't enough to keep us alive. Oh, that big crit. Man, that was a fight. They are strong. Out of my sight, Osric. You're a failure. Hey, mercenary, how about you give me a hand? My man is missing one thanks to that woman. No matter what she paid, I'll pay double. Why didn't you say so sooner? What are you doing? Mwahaha, a mercenary follows the sound of the coin. Let this be a lesson to you, girl. You miserable. Good choice. Are you crazy? I offered you gold. What kind of mercenary are you? If we change sides every time someone flipped a coin, nobody would hire us anymore. Reputation is more important than gold. Nice. Let's get out of here. You will regret this. Ah, it hurts so much. I can't go on this pain. Do you hear me, Sienna? You'll regret this. Thank you, Bathraz. You've paid for it. Here, have the amulet back. Wait, this is not the amulet. It's a stone? Ha ha ha, are you talking about the amulet here? No one steals from the red succubus that easily, my dear. But when did you switch it? Switch? You've never had it to begin with. Let's continue. No, that's it. We've done our share. Eh? No way. You were supposed to accompany me to the Fjord Woods. I didn't know we'd have to deal with Volandis' biggest band of thieves. This costs extra, and we don't think you have more money. We'll take our leave. Nonsense. You're kidding me. That's straight up theft. Is it? We thought nobody steals from the Red Succubus that easily.